So here we are, the day after Good Friday, the day before Easter Sunday, what is also known as Holy Saturday. You could say it's a silent Saturday as well. We've just gone through the torment, the tragedy, the unforgettable events of Good Friday, but thankfully we know that's not the end of the story. Easter Sunday is to come. But yet in between there sits this day, this silent Saturday. God, Jesus himself had much to say, had much to do on Good Friday, and the same on Resurrection or Easter Sunday. But in between we have this Holy Saturday, this silent Saturday. And I think this speaks so much into our lives and our lives as Christians as well. That often we can have the struggles of Good Friday, often we can have the victories, the jubilation of Easter Sunday, but then in between we can have the silence. And the silences can torment us, can't they? They can be so difficult. We can wonder in those times, is God angry? Did I disappoint him in some way? Perhaps we're not hearing from God as much as we used to do. And we can ask ourselves, why, God, aren't you doing something? Often we could be praying about a particular situation, we could be going through a particular struggle. Perhaps it's our finances that are going through a hard time, perhaps it's our marriages that are in a bit of a mess, perhaps it's something else, and yet it appears that God remains silent on these issues. We think to ourselves, why don't you just act? Why don't you do something, God? And this very much reflects the Saturday in between. I often think if I was to rewrite the script of the Easter story, then I perhaps would do it a little bit differently. Me and my wife, we recently went to watch Beauty and the Beast at the theatre, and many of you will be familiar with that story, and you'll know right at the end that the Beast is slain. But thankfully, he is brought by the power of magic, he's brought back to life, and he's transformed into a human again. And I feel that that's how I would probably do it if I was to rewrite the story. Jesus will die, then a few seconds later there would be this great and dramatic resurrection moment. But no, the Bible tells us it's very different. There's this whole period of time that sits in between. And the fact is that Jesus knew God would not leave him alone in the grave. Max Lucado says this: you need to know that God will not leave you alone with your struggles either. His silence is not his absence. Inactivity is never apathy. Saturdays have their purpose. They let us feel the full force of God's strength. Had God raised Jesus 15 minutes after the death of his son, would we have appreciated the act? Were he to solve your problems the second they appear, would you appreciate his strength? For this reason, Max Lucado says, God inserts a Saturday between our Fridays and Sundays. If today's one for you, be patient. As one who endured the silent Saturday wrote, be patient, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Thank you.